Are you one of those which stuck at same rating, unable to reach 800 for months? Don't worry, you are in the right place now. In this video, we'll cover 10 of the most important as well as very secret chess principles for this rating level. Principle number 1. You see tactics but you don't calculate them fully. To start running chess calculation, you can start by following steps. Number 1. Find candidate moves. Instead of looking at just one idea, scan the board for all reasonable moves that improve your position or meet the current threat. This ensures you don't overlook a hidden winning resource because you are too focused on a single line. Number 2. Focus on CCT first. CCT stands for checks, captures and threats. These are the most forcing moves and should be looked at the first because they narrow down your opponent's option and are easiest to calculate accurately. This CCT method is well described in previous video. You can check that too by clicking on I button. Number 3. Calculate forcing moves first. Similar to CCT, you prioritize lines where your opponent has very few responses. By calculating these forcing lines to their conclusion first, you can quickly determine if a tactical sequence works before spending time on slower moves. Number 4. Try to visualize moves. You need to see the new position in your mind's eye without moving the pieces on the board. This involves keeping track of which squares are open now, which pieces are now undefended, and how the pawn structure has changed. Number 5. Recheck if you missed anything before playing. Before you commit, take a blunder check pause to look for any immediate counter punches. Ask yourself, if I play this, what is my opponent's best response to catch any last second oversights? Now look at this position and you can pause the video and think with this method of calculation. Okay, comment down. What move will you play here, and let me tell you the solution. The winning move here is brilliant queen sacrifice, queen to f8 check. If king takes queen, then rook c8 is the checkmate. And if king goes to s7 instead of king takes queen, then queen to g7 is the checkmate. Principle number 2. Visualize position after exchanges. This principle will teach you how to imagine the board after trades happen. Since it is just visualization, we don't need an example position. The steps are: Number 1. List imbalances first. Before calculating an exchange, evaluate the current position key features. Which side has more space, more pieces, better pawn structure and piece activity. Number 2. Use the story method. Instead of just remembering exact coordinates, tell yourself the story of the position. For example, if I take on d5, his pawn structure weakens and my knight moves to a better square. Number 3. Don't move until you see it. When solving puzzles, train yourself to calculate the entire sequence in your head. For example, knight takes d4, queen takes d4, bishop e6, and visualize the final position before moving any pieces. Number 4. Mental erasure. Actively remove the pieces that are being traded from your mental image of the board and focus on which pieces remain. Principle number 3. You reach winning position but fail to convert. The hardest game to win in chess is the game you are winning. But as your rating keeps on increasing, you will win almost all winning position. You just have to remember things like simplifying the position, doing blunder check, preventing counterplay, trading pieces not pawns, and not making emotional and risky moves. To win the winning position, you must stay calm and patient. Principle number 4. Calculate until the position becomes clear. Calculation is like a bus station. It should not be stopped before the station, neither it should move ahead of it. Calculation should be up to the point from where there is no immediate tactical chances or benefits. Calculation should be done wider first, not deeper. Wider calculation means picking all response possible and performing basic calculation, and then pick some candidate moves and do deep calculation on it, as described on principle number 1. It's usually better to calculate one move more than the final station point for better blunder check. Principle number 5. Think during opponent's turn. Thinking on your opponent's turn is an idea every chess player must have. Ask these questions to yourself during this time. Is this position demanding attack or defense? Am I slightly better or worse? Which is my worst placed piece and how to improve it? What are my strengths and weaknesses in this position? Do I have any threats and opportunity here? What might be my opponent thinking? Are there any potential pawn breaks for both sides? And what is the dream position for me and my opponent? Principle number 6. Don't tilt after mistakes. Tilt in chess refers to a state of mental frustration or emotional instability, usually following a loss or blunder, that causes a player to play recklessly, aggressively, or far below their actual skill level. It often leads to a vicious cycle, where continued playing while angry results in further mistakes and rapid rating drops. If you are playing random games online and if you tilt for 2 games, don't play the third. Take some rest and come back only when you are ready. Principle number 7. Combine tactics with strategy. Think of strategy as the plan and tactics as the tools. Strategy is moving your pieces to good squares, like putting a knight on a strong outpost or controlling the center. Once your pieces are in those great spots, tactics like forks or pins naturally appear, because your pieces are better than your opponents. At a 700 rating, the best strategy is simply to keep your pieces defended, so you are ready to strike when your opponent leaves something hanging. Principle number 8. If unsure, choose the move you understand best. At the 700 level, games are usually won by the player who makes fewer big mistakes. If you play a fancy move you don't fully understand, you might accidentally hang a piece or ruin your position. By choosing the move you understand, you keep control of your pieces and know exactly why they are on their squares. It is much better to play a simple solid move that keeps your pieces safe than a pro move that leaves you confused 2 turns later. Principle number 9. Every position needs a plan. At the 700 to 800 level, a plan doesn't have to be complicated. It just means giving your pieces a job to do. Without a plan, you will end up moving pieces back and forth aimlessly until you accidentally lose one. Your plan can be as simple as, I am going to attack that weak pawn, or I will bring my rook to the open file. Having a goal keeps you focused and prevents you from making nothing moves that give your opponent the advantage. Principle number 10. Attack where you are stronger. Focus your energy on the side of the board where you have more pieces or better control. Trying to attack where your opponent is well defended usually leads to traded pieces or lost material. Instead, find a spot where your pieces outnumber theirs, creating an overload that makes it nearly impossible for them to defend everything. This keeps the pressure on them and ensures you aren't wasting moves on a fight you can't win. So now you have learned 10 secret chess strategies that 700 to 800 rated chess players must know. Now click the video on your left to continue your chess learning journey.